Hey, I'm back again. I'm sorry about that. I tried to pause it and to go get a pen and it didn't pause. This is video number 2. I made another video yesterday and it would not upload. So now I'm doing another video on this lesson. So this is going to be kind of a long video, so get comfortable. I need for you to pay attention. When we hear the word reduce, what does it mean? Yeah, reduce means to make smaller. If I need to reduce the number of pets I have, what do I need to do? I have to give some of them away. So that's what we're going to do with our fractions today. In the other video, we talked about how we made them equal last time. And I'm going to teach you how to make a fraction. I've had to reduce a fraction, even though it means the same thing, it's equivalent. We're going to reduce it to the lowest terms. Because when you hear the words reduce to lowest terms, that means the smallest number, the smallest fraction we can get. So first of all, I have 7/28. Now, let me get something, just a minute. I can't shut my phone off anymore because I'll lose the video. Now, yes, I've got something for you. This right here. And this is steps to reducing a fraction. I don't know how well that's going to print, but at least you can pull it up if you need to. The first of all, you ask yourself, will the numerator go into the denominator? So I'm going to ask myself, will my numerator go into my denominator? Will 7 go into 28? Some of you say, Miss Sherm, I don't really even understand that. If we're looking at our times tables, we have 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3, 7 times 4. Oops, and there's that number 28. Yes, 7 will go into 28. So if the answer is, oh yeah, my numerator will go into my denominator, you're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by your numerator, which for us is 7. So 7 divided by 7 equals 1. 28 divided by 7 is 4. It's 1/4. So 7/8 equals 1. Oops, I made that too big. 1/4, and this is your final answer. 1/4 would be your final answer. You cannot just use it leave it at 7/8. 99.9% of the time, you're required to reduce your fractions, and that's why we're doing this. That's why I'm teaching you. So let's do another one. Why don't we do something like 4/36? Now that looks kind of strange because we're not used to seeing these, and I'm just doing this as an example for you. You might not have any. Well, you will have a few. Now, you ask yourself, what is the first thing you ask yourself? Will the numerator go into the denominator? Will 4 go into 36? 4 times what equals 36? Will it? Yes, you know that because this is why I say you've got to learn your multiplication. So things like that, this will not be so hard. If you're still not good at your multiplication, pull out your chart. If you've lost it, get mom or dad or grandma or somebody to print you a new one and use it, because I know that 4 will go into 36 9 times. So what are we going to do now? Since the numerator will go into the denominator, we're going to divide by our numerator, which is 4. All right? So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So your final answer is 4/36 equals 1/9. That would be your final answer. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to do several examples with you because that's the way we learn. Let's go 5 into 25. Now, 5s are one of these that's a little bit easy because we all know that all of our 5s times table end in a 0 or a 5. So now we know. Will our numerator go into our denominator? Yes, because 5 will go into 25. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So 5/25 will reduce down to 1/5. Now it's not looking too hard, is it? I don't want it to look too hard to you. All right, now if you've got a piece of paper, I want you to pull out your piece of paper. All right, get you a piece of scratch paper. You can work, if you printed your worksheet for your homework, you may flip it over and use the back side. But let's do one. Let's do something. I'm going to give you one a little easy. 2 8s. Now write that down. Ask yourself, will the numerator go into the denominator? Okay, let's see. 2, 4, 6. Oh, there it is. So will our numerator go into the denominator? Yes. So what are we going to do? We're going to divide 2 8s by 2 over 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So our final answer is 2 8s equals 1/4. And I probably went a little bit too fast for you. Okay, so get caught up. Let's do another one, and I won't go so fast. I'm gonna let you do a lot of it. Let's say 3 18ths. Okay, write that down. What do you ask yourself? Will 3 go into 18? Will our numerator go into the denominator? Okay, I hear some of you saying, yes, 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 yes. Well, if it will, go and divide it. But the ones of you who are still struggling, it's like, Miss Ram, I don't know. So we know that 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. And 3 times 6 is what? 18. So guess what? We're going to divide 3 18ths by 3. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. And 18 divided by 3 is 6. So 3 18ths equals 1/6. Now, if you see this, a way to check your work is to multiply backwards. 1 times 3 is 3. 6 times 3 is 18. And that's the way you can check your work. So 3 18ths equals 1/6. All right, so that's the first step. Now, the second thing we need to look at is our second step, and I've got it on that piece of paper. Okay, if the numerator will not go into the denominator, then you have to find the greatest common factor. You see I have a GCF right there? That's because that's the way you're going to see it, or you're going to hear it a lot. And divide the numerator and denominator by this number. So I'm just going to do the problem I have on here for you, 12/16. I've got 12/16. Okay, do you see that? Yes, you do. Now, we know that 12 won't go into 16 because 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. So we know the numerator will not go into the denominator. So, what do I do? Now, do you remember, and I hope you do, back we made factor trees, okay? And we're going to do one together. So 1 times 12, of course. Will 2 go into 12? Yep. 2 times 6, 3. Yep. And we're finished with that. So now we have to do 1 times 16. Will 2 go into 16? It's got an even number, so yes. Anytime a number ends with an even number, 2 will go into it. Will 3 go into 16? No. Will 4 go into 16? Yes. Good. Now you're always going to cross out this big number. I mean, this 1, excuse me. The 1, because you're never going to use 1, because if I divided 12/16 by 1, I would end up with 12/16. So we're not going to do that. Now, do we have 2 in common? Yep, look at that. We do. Don't have 3 in common. Do we have 4 in common? Whoops, we do. Look at that. We don't have 6 or 8 in common, or 12 and 16. So our factors are 2 and 4. Which one's greatest? Yep, the 4. So guess what we're going to come up here and do? We're going to come up here, and we're going to divide 12/16 by 4 over 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Now look, anytime you end up with a fraction that is just a neighbor, like 3/4, 4/5, 5/6, 6/7, 8/9, you know you're finished because you cannot reduce it anymore. So our final answer is 12/16 equals 3/4. And there you go. And that's not too hard, is it? Okay. I'm going to do another one with you. I'm going to do another one with you. Let's see which one we could do. Let's do, I'm going to do a little bit, a big one. Big numbers. 35 over 56. Well, you know that 35 won't go into 56 because 35 times 2 is what? 70? Yes, 70. So we know that we can't do that. Now, 35 and 56. What are numbers, two things that 35 will go into? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at 35 first. I'm going to do a factor for 35. 1 times 35, and you always know it's not going to be this. We know it's not going to be this. We can go in and mark those out. We know that 2 will not go into 35, don't we? Because 5 is an odd number. 2 can't go into odd numbers. What about 3? Will 3 go into 35? Nope. Not evenly. Okay. Now, 4s. Will 4 go into 35? No, it won't. 5 will go into 35, but will 5 go into 56? No, it won't go into 56. So what else, what times, what equals 35? You know 6 will not go into it. 7? Nope. 8? Nope. 9? Nope. So we keep going on. You say, when are we ever going to be finished? What about 7? We know that 5 times 7 is 35, don't we? Now, we know that 5 won't go into 56, so we can take that out. So will 7 go into 56? Okay, let's look. I know that 7 times 5 is 35. And 7 times 6 is 42. And 7 times 7 is 49. I'm getting way off. 7 times 8 is what? Yeah, 56. Do you see that? So we know now that our greatest common denominator is 7. So we're going to take 35 over 56, divide it by 7, which is our greatest common factor. 35 divided by 7 is 5, because 5 times 7 is 35. 7 times what is 56? That's right, 8. 8 times 7 is 56. So our final answer is 35/56 over 5/8. Do you see that? All right. Now, I'm going to stop there, and I want you to go and try to do some work. I am going to put, you've got the answer sheet, and the harder ones, I am going to work out for you and have the examples loaded up in an image, in a picture. The harder ones. Some of the easy ones I won't. Guys, don't stress out if you're not good at this today, because guess what we're going to do Friday? We're going to do the same thing, and I'm going to be able to do even more with you. So don't give up. If you know this, that is awesome. I'm proud of you. If you don't give up. I am putting a cheat sheet just like I said, so don't stress out. And y'all guys have a good day and work hard.